What's going on, everybody? Gentleman94 here, back with another episode of Sci-Fi Wednesdays, and today we are back on the Enterprise E. So you can see I've got the saucer section here. We have these huge locating, tabs of some sort here on the front and on the side of the saucer. We're going to remove those, and I want to start putting together some of these parts. Now, there's not a whole lot to this kit. Looking through it, looking through the parts, it's pretty simple. It doesn't seem like it would be that difficult. I don't know for sure. All my other experiences with Star Trek kits have been from the old AMT Ertl manufacturer, and since this is round 2 reboxed from an AMT kit, we might have similar issues with this. I don't know for sure, but we're going to give it our best. So I'm going to get out my jeweler files. We're going to go ahead and clean up some of these sharp areas, and hopefully that should be enough to get this saucer section ready for the next section, which is assembly of the clear parts and then the bottom part of the saucer. So bear with me. I'm going to sand these off, get these cleaned up. We'll be right back, show you what we got. Okay, so I have here the clear sprue, and on here we have our nacelle covers, we have our impulse engines, we have a shuttle bay door, and we have some of our, Bussard collectors for the front of the nacelles. I hope that terminology is correct. So what we need here are the impulse engines, and these are pretty simple affairs. They don't seem too difficult. There's no locating pins or anything like that. It's more of just it kind of sits on a shelf on the underside of the saucer section. And these Star Trek kits, they're notorious for this. Windows, things that mount from the inside to the outside, meaning when you close it up, if you were to knock that window out, you can't ever get it back. It's just floating around somewhere in your model, and it's really annoying, and I hate that when that happens. So we're going to try to go extra careful here, and we're going to use some Tamiya extra thin cement, really get that cement up into the panel lines, get this thing glued in. I do not want this thing coming undone as I'm, flipping it around, trying to paint it or airbrushing, and I knock one of these things off. Plus, I'm not too worried about the whole clear part of it because these can sometimes fog if you use, harsher glue. I don't care about that because I'm going to be painting over these anyway, so I'm not too concerned about keeping that transparency. Not worried about that in the slightest. So a little bit of extra thin soaks right down into the little ledge there, and that is going to be that. Yep, fits right in there. There's a little bit of wiggle room in there. It's not exactly 100% secure and snug, but it's going to be fine. I'll come back, get the other 2 parts on, and we'll call it. Okay, so we are back, and I have the other parts on. The 2 impulse grills are in, and I also put on the rear shuttle bay door, which is for some reason also a clear part. I don't know why. I can't find any reference photos to tell me why that's a clear part. So that's, just one of those things. We also have to put the top of the shuttle bay together and put that on the saucer section, so we're going to do that now. There's also a few smaller ports and things for like docking shuttles and whatnot around the top of the, command bridge for the saucer. And we're going to get those on as well, but those are so tiny and so fidgety. I just toss those on. I won't worry too much about it. Most of the parts here are very thick. The plastic is highly, highly gloss. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. We'll see as we kind of get going towards it. I don't like some of the fit for these clear parts. This shuttle bay door, it fit in all right, but it was a little bit, a little wonky. And this shuttle bay door goes up top of that. And we'll use a little bit of plastic welder for this. This thicker plastic, I don't trust it with the extra thin cement, so we're going to go with the big boy. We're going to go with some plastic welder. Put a little pressure, that should be just fine. And let's a little more extra thin here at the bottom, just right around that door. Okay, that's good, that works. I really, like I said, I don't care about the transparency effect because I'm not lighting this kit, so I'm going to airbrush everything. So that's not even going to be a problem. If it frosts, it frosts. Big deal. All right, let's continue with the next section. Okay, so what we have to do now is we've cleaned the bottom part of the saucer. The top part of the saucer is ready. We're going to go ahead and install the bottom to the top. And it looks basically just like you put it into place and you drop some glue on it and you call it a day. It doesn't look like there's that many complicated sections, or it just fits right in there. The fit is not as snug as I would like. I'm used to pretty secure fitting kits, and this isn't one of them, but it's okay. it looks fine. It seems to be well enough in order. So we're going to have to use a little bit of glue, and we're just going to drip it around the edge, and that capillary effect should take hold. Pull that glue down into the panel lines, and we should be good. So I'll start here at the top, kind of work my way around the sides of the saucer. Get a little bit here on the side as well. Some of these areas are in need of a good sanding. After I go ahead and get these things assembled and glued, we'll have to come back and clean up some of the areas, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We'll do that later on. Let's get a little more glue onto the side here. All right, I'm going to continue working around here, and we'll be back with the next section. Okay, so I'm just putting on those last little bit of fidgety parts here for the saucer, and then the saucer is going to be done. There are these little docking ports that go up around the command bridge. I mentioned those last time. I'm just going to toss those on, and they're really tiny, and they're very poorly molded. So yeah, you could scratch build them if I really cared that much, but hopefully you won't even see them. And the next thing I got to do is work on the nacelles, so I want to make sure that all these parts are glued together and won't go anywhere. And we're going to move to the nacelles and call the saucer done. Okay guys, so here we are. This is where it's going to start getting kind of fidgety, because nacelles are notoriously bad here on these AMT kits, at least as far as I'm concerned. I've built the Enterprise B, the Enterprise A, another Enterprise A. I've built a couple of different kits back in, I don't know, the 90s and I think early 2000s. And yeah, those AMT nacelles never go together very well. And these are probably going to be difficult. They don't look bad, but yeah, looks can be deceiving with these AMT kits. Even the round twos, they can just be troublesome. So I'll clean up the nacelles as best as I can, and we'll get back here and we'll kind of show you a little bit about what we need to do to get these things together. So bear with me, we'll be right back. Okay, so here we have the nacelles. 2 of them are cleaned up, ready to go. And what I want to do is there's a few little parts we need to go ahead and install. So I'm going to take one of these, I don't know, this little block section. I don't know even what these things are called. I know the general ideas about which parts are called which, but yeah, I'm not sure what this part is called. But it mounts here right in front of, I believe it's called the Bussard collectors. Those big gaping holes there in the front of the nacelles. I want to say those are called Bussard collectors. But again, it's been forever since I looked into the Star Trek lore, so I can't be 100% certain. So that just fits onto one side, and all right, that's not too bad. Also, we need some clear parts, and there are 2 clear parts per nacelle. Well, you know, I don't really think they're going to be that difficult, but looks can be deceiving with these kits, so let's go ahead and pop one of these off, and let's see how it looks. And I think, yeah, this is on here. Let's match it up. It's a little dirty. Got to clean up some of the sprue ends here. Again, I'm not too concerned about maintaining that clarity because I'm going to paint these anyway. But let's see how it fits up. Oh, these things are slippery too. Let's see how it fits up inside here. And yeah, these are just right out of the package. I did not coat these with Future because there's no need. I don't care about clarity. Let's see. Yeah, that fit is horrible. Like, it does not make contact where it should. It just, wow, that's really bad. Yeah. I knew it. I knew these nacelles were going to give me some trouble. Yeah, that's really bad. There are these couple locating pins that are supposed to keep it where it needs to be, and it doesn't mold to the shape of the hole. The clear part and the plastic part, they don't mesh real well. So we're going to have to do some cleaning. So we're going to try to do what we can to get this thing cleaned up and ready to go. And we just have to clear out some of these burrs, clear out some of this excess flashing. I have to take a jeweler file or 2 to it, but if we can just get this to get in there and fit the way it's supposed to, we will be good. Yeah, I don't know about this. Yeah, it just does not fit. Like, it's semi-convexed, but the hole isn't convexed, so it's not fitting inside where it needs to be, and it shifts and moves around. Yeah, this is not looking good. Okay, so I've decided to bust out my Dremel, and I'm going to Dremel out. Let me zoom in here for you, show you what I'm planning. I want to Dremel out these, I guess, retaining lip things here, and then I want to see if that helps me to be able to maneuver the part up into the area better. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's flip this bad boy on and let's give it a shot. I'm going to go ahead and mute the audio here for you because Dremels are loud and I don't want you to have to listen to a very loud Dremel. But what I want to do with this is remove these little lips, and then we're going to see how it all pans out. Hopefully it will help a lot, but we'll have to see. So I'll be right back and we'll show you what we got. Okay, so I've zipped off those and we're going to see if this does any better here, fixing that. And we'll see if that improved or did nothing or damaged my chances of getting this thing together. And it's better, but it still does not fit. God, this is frustrating. I have never seen a nacelle that has this poor of a fit. So that is just really disheartening. All right, we're going to do something about this. Let me think on it. Be right back. Okay, so here's my idea. I want to go ahead and ditch these clear parts. These plastic pieces suck hardcore. I've fiddled around with it. I've sanded it. I've attempted to get this thing to fit. And this is as best as I could get it. And it's still extremely slippery. Okay, so we're going to just put this up inside. Is that right? Wait. Yes. Yeah, this is right. So I don't know if you can see this on camera, but this, let me just fit this. Okay, this just does not fit well. It sinks in below the line that it should be. It doesn't fit flush with everything. It looks okay, but it's just not right. And I don't know why I'm really struggling with these so much. Instead, I've made this. And this is just a piece of styrene, white styrene, that I have cut down to fit inside. And this is going to be able to go right up in that window, and it's going to seal them up. And for the most part, it's going to be fine. So I've got to do the other side, open that up, clean it out, and create one of these for that side as well. And that's going to give me, like I said, just enough of a backing so I can airbrush it, I can paint it, do all that craziness with it, and it's not going to be trouble. So give me a few. Let me see what I can come up with. Okay, here we are, guys. I have done it. I have completed one of the nacelles, and my God, this was hard to do. I scratch built both of these areas here. I've ditched the plastic parts because they absolutely suck. I've installed both sides together, and I've even managed to put this little, I don't know, tab up front, and I've also put the rear together as well, and there was a huge gap that I filled with some styrene. This is as good as it's going to get. These nacelles are horrible. All right, so we are done for today. We have completed the saucer section and one of the nacelles, and that is enough for me. This thing is just, it's just fighting me every step of the way. I've been noticing that the different parts and pieces that, look good from about a 3-foot rule, when you get up close, they don't look that great. And I've been studying the saucer section, and I totally spaced on this, but the center section bows in. It's like a little diaphragm, so I don't know if that's going to be trouble or not. We're going to have to wait and see. I might have to open this section up and put something in there so it doesn't do this, but I don't know for sure. We might be able to glue with the back or something, but yeah, if you build this kit, watch out for that. That might be an issue later. We'll have to find out and see. And then a nacelle. Oh my God, guys. Don't even get me started on this thing. The nacelles are going to look pretty cool once they're all attached onto this thing, but the one that I worked on all today was just so trouble. But anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it here. I am beat. I'm tired. We're going to come back next time and continue on the nacelles and hopefully get the saucer attached to the hull. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Tune in next time where hopefully I will get more of it built and it'll fall together in a better way. Take it easy.